Okay, is this thing on? Testing. Is this thing on? Testing 1 2 1 1 2. Testing. Is this thing on? I'm trying to stay safe. Can I start off by saying I'm trying to stay safe? It's my birthday week. I'm trying to live for the Lord. I'm trying to be very positive in the spirit. Why y'all keep sending me stuff? Why y'all? Now, again, I told y'all September is going to be it. So I'm going to get it out right now. Okay. I'm going to get all, you know how people eat and do what they need to do on Fat Tuesday before Ash Wednesday? Baby, that's how I'm feeling it. Baby, I feel like Ash Wednesday is better. I feel like Ash Wednesday is on its way and I'm on Fat Tuesday. And Fat Tuesday is a good way to segue in to what I'm getting ready to talk about. Why y'all? My. First of all, let me say this. I'm not talking about nobody's death because, again, I done lost some people who I care about. So let me start off by saying this has nothing to do with the deceased, okay? But everything to do with what was going on around that situation. Y'all don't have nothing to do. Baby, somebody sent me a clip of Wiley. Now y'all know I don't watch Wiley. I really don't do a lot of stuff with Wiley. Okay? I really don't. But baby, y'all sent that fume. And I'm gonna get let me say this. The fume was lit. It was old time Pentecostal church. The fume was lit. The musicians and the choir was lit. I'm going there. The fume was lit. Now, the lady didn't have to testify that the man was on dope and that the mama, after every announcement, say, pray for my son because he on dope. Baby, y'all be doing too much. No wonder people be doing too much on YouTube because they do too much in church. They do too much in church. But anyway, I digress. Let me move on. I digress. Let me move on. So the fume, it was the fume. It was a Pentecostal fume. But baby, it was that titty meat for me. Now, I had not seen Wiley lately. I really have not. I have not. Baby, Wiley was looking like Barney over there with old nasty piece of purple shirt on. I love you. You love me. It was giving Barney realness over there, right? And then he had the nerve to be moving and jiggling. Honey, when I tell you that titty meat was shaking, hoes, y'all better not come for me. You better not ever come for me. I don't care at my heaviest. I did not have titty meat jiggling. Baby, somebody needs a bra. I'm like, oh my goodness. And then he would look into the camera and you didn't know if he was looking at you or looking at somebody on the side. Oh my God. And then I'm like, why is you filming at your grandmama fume? Why is you filming at a fume? Ain't nothing sacred no more. I mean, y'all do anything for a click and a view at a fume? At a fume? And then you had that purple shirt on. Okay, just looking like Barney over there. And then them titties was jiggling. And then you wanted to sing. No ma'am. Baby, you was in the key of X, Z, and Y. Girl, I was like, could you please hush? Oh my God. It was just like really, and then that church was hot. Baby. The fans was fanning, and it was hot. Hot, baby, between that fanning, that off singing, that purple, you look like you done doubled your weight. Baby, you look like you wear a sea bra. I I was like, and the thing is, this was a fume. Ain't nothing sacred. Ain't nothing sacred. Ain't nothing sacred. And this is why I know you'll do anything. You'll go in the library and you'll throw down bookshelves talking about Emmett Till. You'll go into the Walmart saying that you have an incendiary device and you getting ready to, set it off. And I thought you had learned your lesson. I thought you got some medicine. No, you at your grandma fume, taping and stuff. Oh my God. I'm like, you don't have and baby, I might call the GLP-1 people for you too, honey. Cause right there, baby, you don't even need to put that shot in your stomach. You need to put them shots in your titties. Baby. Oh my God. And he was just moving and twitching and switching, and the titties was moving, and then he was look down at the camera and the eyes was going everywhere. I'm like, oh my God. I'm like, you should have never been taping at your grandma's funeral. That church was all hot. But I'm gonna tell you what now, them people had some church. Now I ain't gonna cap it down. I ain't gonna cap that down now. That lady said, when the morning, when I rise. And then the lady started talking about the dope. He said he on dope after the announcement. So I guess while the grandmama used to do the announcement, and after every announcement, she would say, but pray for my son because he on dope. And then the lady said he became my pastor. Baby, they went up. You know it don't take much. You know it don't take no much for the Pentecostal people, honey. Because you can say I made an A on my test. They're going to go up. Okay, you can tell them I got a full tank of gas, baby. They going to shout with you. You hear me? Baby, them Pentecostal people going to do the most. You can tell them you got a new pair of shoes, honey. They going to shout with you. I ain't mad at baby. That, honey, not only was the church hot figuratively, it was hot literally. Baby, it was smoking in that church. But the thing is, why you taping at your grandma's funeral? And I guess everybody was wearing purple because her casket was purple. But baby, Wiley looked like Barney over there. I'm like, oh my God. But again, after hearing that lady testimony, all I'm gonna say is y'all don't have no filter. Okay. Y'all don't have to be telling it all, but y'all be doing the most. And this is why y'all be doing, but he went to his grandmama's funeral and did this taping. And like I said, I don't have a problem with I'm not coming after grandmama. Okay. I ain't coming after the purple casket. I ain't coming after the hot church or nothing like that, because that church was real hot. But baby, I'm just coming after you because that is something that's between the family. Did your uncle know you was taping? And folk going through this grief, and here you are. And then it seems like you just disingenuous. I mean, who would do that? And baby Wiley thought he was turning it on the blood still work. He was talking about something, it will never lose its power. I'm like, oh my God. But honey, them Sopranos was definitely whipping it, honey. I know the blood still work. Oh yes. And then here come Wiley talking about, no, that, blood still. Baby, if he didn't sound like he was on Sesame Street with Count Dracula, baby, I'm like, could you please hush? And then maybe he thought he was real Pentecostal. He was jiggling and shaking and shimmying and hunting them titties. Girl, you can see them titties like that purple thing. I'm telling you, he look like Barney. He look like Barney. I'm like, oh my God. And then he kept on looking in the camera. Girl, I was like, I said, Layla, could you please stop? Baby, he was giving Layla realness on Futurama. I'm like, stop looking at that. See, you don't be doing stuff like that. I mean, Wiley's face done got big, his head done got big, them titties done got big. I'm like, oh my God. And you know he got that slew foot. Baby, I can't deal with y'all. Again, you shouldn't even been doing that at your grandmama funeral. You should have let your grandmama be. That lady done got her reward. And here you trying to make a coin off your grandmama, your dead grandmama, and you trying to make a coin. Okay, ain't nothing sacred. Ain't nothing sacred. Baby, they taping that fumes and stuff. Who does that? And then they had the grandmama pins on. Baby, I'm like, is she running for office? Baby, it looked like they was gonna vote after the baby, it looked like they was gonna vote after the funeral. I'm like, is they gonna go vote? I ain't trying to laugh. Cause this don't have nothing to do with his grandmama. This don't have nothing to do with his grandmama. But baby, it had everything to do with them pins. I'm like, is they gonna go vote? Ah! I mean, it looked like she was running for office, girl. Ah! Baby, I'm like, is she running for office? Like they had a runoff or something. Baby, like, they gonna vote after the film? Cause baby, they had them pins on. I'm like, hey, I'm like, why do you people got these pins? Oh, we know how she look. Ooh, y'all be doing so many things. Ooh, y'all be doing so many things. Baby, they got grandmama look like she about to run for office, honey. Like she about to run for an alderman seat or something. I'm like, is she getting ready to run? Girl, is they gonna go to the precinct after the film? Cause baby, they had them it look like I voted pins on, like vote for me. Oh my God. Oh my Jesus. See, this is why people should be sending me stuff. Oh, this is why people should send me stuff because, baby, but I'm gonna tell you that choir was on. Even though Wiley was singing off, that choir was on. Okay. That lady, that testimony though, I'm like, she was telling a little too much. But and that church was hot. Baby, them fans was going extra. Them fans was going extra. Okay. And Wiley was fanning. And then he was looking down at that camera, and then the titties was jiggling. And girl, that's why I entitled this Titty Meet Barney Realness Hot Church. Girl, over there at Grandma Fume. Oh, Jesus. Mm-mm-mm. So anyway, y'all. Anyway, it was a lot going. It was a lot going on. It was a lot going on, y'all. Let me tell you something. I would have never seen this unless somebody sent it. I was like, well, I don't know if I want to watch this, but I'm like, it seems very interesting, And then I start looking at it, and I'm like, is this somebody film? And there go Wiley. Mm, 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 mm. So y'all, I don't really have nothing else to say. It was just, it was different. It was really different. And I think the biggest thing is, had it been the funeral without Wiley in the clip, it would have been all right. But it was all that shaking, all that titty meat moving, him singing off. Then he kept on looking up and looking at the camera and looking up. And I'm like, well, what he looking at? Who he looking at? And then he had that vote for me button on. Okay, like grandma running for office, even though she done died, but she running for office. Baby, it was just too much. It was too much going on over there. I was like, oh my God. Oh my God. And y'all know y'all can't be churching like that because y'all know they be charging about an hour before y'all get to that funeral home. Hold on, y'all. And girl, you know they always say keep the remarks to 2 minutes, but somebody got to shout, have a praise break. Girl, it was a lot of praise breaks going on. So, they say keep it to 2 minutes, baby. Not them people, honey. Baby, they praised them in the morning, praised them in the noonday, praised them when the sun goes down. Baby, they praised them when they was getting in, praised them when they was coming out. Baby, folk was shout. And like I said, y'all know Pentecostal folk will shout over anything. Okay? Okay, I just got my driver's license, baby. They'll be falling out in the spirit over that. I mean, it don't take much. And I'm telling you what, them people was ready. They was ready to go. They was ready to shout, baby. And then you saw Wild, and I think he was trying to get the Holy Ghost. Okay, because that's how they used to say it, baby. He was trying to get the Holy Ghost, and he caught the Holy Ghost like the Holy Ghost just jumped on somebody. Baby, you know how people always say that. And again, but baby, Wild, and like he caught the Holy Ghost, all that moving and all of that gyrating and titty shaking and oh Lord, it was just so much. But y'all go see it. I'm like, how you taping at your grandmama fume? Oh, how many of y'all saw it? Because again, it's like I said, I wouldn't see half of this stuff if somebody that emailed me. Baby, y'all emailed me this. Girl, I looked at that thing. I'm like, okay. But that choir was singing though. Oh my God, the blood still work was beautiful, except while it all key, all pitch. Okay, but yeah, so how many of y'all saw it? If you haven't gone over there. I think it may still be up because again, usually if it's not up, it'll be on private. So when I click on that link, but baby, y'all sent me the link. Child, because it's that blood of Jesus red church with the white ceilings with the fans on. I think that's the same church Faber had went to. And then I just wondered, they fly Wiley out from where Wiley now? He in Vegas, right? So I wondered, they fly him because somebody had to pay for that ticket, and he probably had to stay with somebody. I'm just wondering, girl, did she have on a yellow dress? Was she singing in the morning when I rise? Wasn't that the one she was at the podium in the morning? Was it in the morning when I rise, lady? Cause see, I ain't trying to pick at the people. Cause I really wasn't focusing. I could have focused in on the people, but I ain't trying to go in on them folk. Cause them folk didn't know they was being recorded. I'm just really talking about the person who recorded. Okay, grandma didn't know they was gonna have a vote for me peeing on. Okay, vote for me, grandmama. I ain't here no more though. I mean, baby, I thought they was getting ready to go to the precinct after that fume. It looked like they was having a whole rally over there. Okay, so I'm like, is she running for alderwoman? Okay, girl, what office chair? Did I miss that? Look, girl, let me go on over there. Hold on for a minute. Let me go over there. What? Wait now. So they sent me two videos. Go to the 17-minute. It's the longer video. Okay, girl, you said go to the 17-minute timestamp. Hold on, let me go on over there. Did I miss something? I didn't see it. That video, the video that's over 2 hours. Girl, I didn't see it. Is it another video? Is it another video? Did I miss a video? Because I only got two videos. So I'm gonna tell you the video I saw. The lady was singing "In the Morning When I Rise," okay, and I saw the casket. Okay, I saw the casket, and so I saw that, and then I did see like him in an office or something like that. But I saw "In the Morning When I Rise," and the people were singing. Then all I saw was Wiley fanning and jiggling and shaking, honey. That's all I saw. Go to his uploads. Okay, let me go on over there, girl, because I'm missing. I guess I'm missing something. 2 hours and 17 minutes. Hold on. Okay, y'all. Give me a couple of minutes and I'll be back. Girl, I didn't know they had a fume for 217. Excuse me? Was this lady Aretha Franklin? Girl, 2 hours and 17 minutes. And then I see Wiley walking child. Ooh, he looked like Pooh Bear. Uh-uh. Oh my God. So y'all give me a minute. Girl. Oh my God. Look, oh, Jesus. Hold on for a minute. I'm gonna watch it. Give me a minute. I'll be back, y'all. I ain't gonna end my live. Y'all just gotta help me out. So if anybody come, y'all just say I'm reviewing the film. I'm reviewing the film. Condolences. I am not picking at that man, grandmama, because I don't know her. Okay. Like I said, I don't. Hold on. It's 2 hours. Okay, but that organist was organing. Okay, now y'all can say what y'all want. That organist was doing. I'll be right back. Y'all is going to hell with gasoline draws on. Y'all ain't saved. Y'all don't love the Lord. Papa preached his behind off in that office chair. Okay. So I was like, what's the significance of the office chair? I saw the office chair up in the pulpit. I synced it. I just didn't know what it was for. Baby, when I tell you Papa preached hell loose, I ain't never seen nobody preaching no office chair. Now they do need a Vitraza so he can roll around a little bit. You know what I'm saying? But baby, Papa preaching that office chair. Okay, I ain't never seen nothing like it. Y'all ain't right. Y'all ain't even saved. Y'all ain't even saved. Again, I ain't mad at that, but first of all, you putting this on YouTube, it's just too much. And do them people know that they on YouTube? Okay. I mean, I can understand the blind lady because she can't see. But everybody else, okay, but I mean, because now I heard the blood still work and that stuff. So I guess he had his own phone. And then there was another camera somewhere. But baby, it was a lot going on. It was just the purple people looking like Barney. Okay. Then that titty meat. Then that they were fanning at that church. That church too big. But I did see some wall units. Okay. But is that church too big to be hot like that? And then, people singing off and stuff. But I mean, yeah, it was a lot. Now, honey, that lady said she blind, but she got a spiritual eye. Now, mama, now she was the one who kept on saying that when his grandmama was doing the announcements, she would end the announcement with "Pray for my son, he on drugs." Baby, you can't make this up. Let me say this, y'all. The choir did what they need to do. The organist did what they need to do. It's a typical funeral. Okay, it's a typical Pentecostal funeral. It was just why you taping it. Why you think it's necessary for people on YouTube to see it? Why is you looking like you need a whole D cup? It was just crazy. It's just crazy, y'all. But baby, I didn't know Pop Pop was gonna preach in that chair. I saw the chair. I'm like, what's the significance of that office chair in the pulpit? I just thought it was a chair that, they just keep up there. I didn't know it was a preaching chair. I didn't know it was a preaching chair. They probably didn't know while it was streaming. And that's the bad part about it. It's not so much of the funeral. It's why did you have to record it? If that And let me say this, you all, I don't even have a problem with the recording. Why did you just have to bring it to YouTube? Because a lot of people do record the funerals and stuff. Let me tell you something. I don't want to be going over that grief over and over again to watch it, but some people want to do that. And I can understand that. But why do you bring it to YouTube? And then do those people know that they were being taped? See, that's the whole thing. And I'm going to tell you what the problem is too. See, I'm not picking that lady because y'all talking about something. Did y'all see that lady ankle? See, I ain't even going there with y'all because that lady didn't even know she was on. I ain't going there with her and her. I ain't going there. I'm not going there and attacking folk either because those people probably didn't even know they were being taped. But I am talking about the person who taped it and why you thought it was okay to do that. I mean, your grandmama can't even rest in peace. You got to use your deceased grandmama for a click and a view. I mean, damn. And this is why I'm saying the girls are not well. People got mental issues. You so focused on the camera that you can't even focus on the memory of your grandmama. That's the sad part about it. It's really sad when you really think about it. Now, some of that stuff was interesting. You know what I'm saying? Like Wiley trying to sing, him looking at that camera, child, that titty meat, him fanning in that hot church. Now that was but What's not funny is your grandmama is used for a click and a view. Am I wrong about it? I mean, would you all have done that at your loved one's funeral? I mean, do you want people to? And let me say this: I don't question anybody's salvation. I don't question anybody's salvation. That's not up to me. God knows. Man looks on the outside. God looks at the heart. So I'm not going there. I don't question people's salvation, but I do question people's foresight and their logic and why they do what they do. You know, I wouldn't do that to my family members. You don't know who. And I can understand if y'all want to tape that, but that should be for the people who went to the service or on a church Facebook page. Because, sometimes people don't get to go to the funeral, but that's not meant for our consumption. And this is why I question the motives. I'm like, why did you do that? Is your grandmama even subject to a click and a view to be used? I mean, in death, you can't even die and not people getting used and they ain't even here no more. And they getting used. Yeah, you're too distraught. Now, let me say this, you all, and I want to be fair and I want to be balanced. I can understand if it's on Facebook, on the church's page, because people may not be able to make the services and they still want to pay their respects. They may want to do it virtually. I get it. I get it. But the issue with me is you got this man sharing this, all of these people on his YouTube page. And it's like, dude, you don't even respect your grandmama in death? You still doing this? And this is why, like I said, nobody want to be meeting these people. These people are off. You just don't do that. That's just tacky. It's crass. You just don't do that. Respect the memory of your grandmama. I can see if somebody went. Now, I'm going to say this. I could see if somebody went to the church's Facebook page and lifted it and showed it to YouTube because you don't have any control over that. That's somebody doing that to you. But no, Wiley, it's on your page. And it's your page. But can you just spare your relatives, spare the church congregation, spare your family and friends? They're sitting up there grieving and crying, and you taping it and putting it on like it's a show, like it's the housewives. I'm like, have you no dignity? Have you no respect? Some deep stuff, y'all. I'm gonna leave it at that, but I just want y'all to really let that marinate. And again, this is not attacking the service. I don't speak ill of the dead because I don't know Wiley's grandmama, and it sounds like she was a really faithful lady who really loved the Lord, her family, her church. I hear that. Even though I do think they could have just done without the button sign. It like grandmama was running for office or something, but grandma ain't had nothing to do with that. But so it's not attacking the funeral. Baby, that organist was organing. The choir was singing. And the people, y'all, it's a Pentecostal service. The folk gonna jump up. They gonna, because they believe in a homegoing service. They believe in a celebration service. They believe that, you know, hey, this woman has been faithful, and she's going to receive her just reward. So they're excited. They don't believe in all of that crying and that grief. They believe in really celebrating deceased, going into everlasting life. So I'm definitely not picking at that. I'm definitely not picking at that because that's serious stuff. But baby, and I'm not even upset with the people um recording the service. But I think if it's what's up, Castro? What's going on with your mic?
Oh, I'm sorry. Hold on. Give me a second.
So I don't have a problem with that, you all. But I just really, I mean, there has to be some respect at some point in time, and that's your grandmama. And again, those people, I can understand if it goes on Facebook on the church's website or some close relative who, want to, you know, um, do that with, but to put it on YouTube, come on, man. Don't do that. What's up, Castro? Is Castro still on?
Hold on, Jay. Give me 1 second.
Okay. Why would some I know the blood still works. Oh yeah, oh he said, I know that the blood is I'm like, baby, stop. The quad don't need no help. They was doing just well by themselves.
Okay, I'm back.
Yeah, we saw your baskets, Castro. You got tater chips and candy and stuff. I'm like, okay. And that looked like some heavy duty plastic. So it looks really good. So hopefully y'all sales will go well. Like the Valentine's Day basket. Okay, we see
Yes,
y'all.
indeed. Yes, indeed. I hope everything goes as planned as it did last holiday. Because sometimes when it comes to these pagan holidays, you can win or you can lose. But I will hope that we can meet our core. Because we're trying to just please the people. With our work,
Okay.
with our.
Okay. So what brings you up today, Castro? What's going on?
Oh, nothing much. It was just about a person that was talking about me and my situation. But you know what? I don't. I prefer not to discuss that. But I prefer to leave them in the in the dust because they have been so naughty and just so you know in my business so much. If you say you don't like me, why are you watching me? And what Corny said, if you're watching a person that you don't like, you crazy. And obviously that nigga is crazy as hell. If you know
Well, who
who
are
I'm
you talking
referring
about,
to,
Castro?
I prefer not to say that person's name because I don't want to give him too much light.
Okay, all right. I don't know who you're talking about. Well, I don't know who you're talking about, but I did applaud you for staying off of YouTube while situations are going on because I think that's a wise thing to do. And I said that. So yeah. So yeah, because I think that's a smart thing to do. I mean, whether you think it is or not, I think it's smart to really not mention things and stuff. And I think it's good to just be quiet until things play out and you go on from there.
Right, right. Which is why I'm doing the things that I'm doing, look. I love the fact that I'm keeping things private. Like how you do. You keep things private. And you don't want people to know what you are doing outside of YouTube. So therefore, I'm glad that I'm like that because had I been on here showing everybody anything and everything, oh my goodness, you guys would drag me through the mud. But I thank God that I had the wisdom and the discernment that don't show that, don't put it on there like that. You know what I'm
Mm.
saying? Yes,
Wow,
indeed.
has it been that deep? It's been that deep this week?
Yeah, it has been that deep this week.
Wow, I'm sorry to hear that. I mean, serious Castro, that's why I tell people, I mean, and then sometimes you really want to share with people good stuff, but you just can't because these people are not, and I tell you, Castro, y'all share stuff, but nobody puts a gun to your head. Nobody say, hey, you gotta share this. And this is why I sit back and watch and I'm like, why are you doing that? Because that's not gonna help you any. And I really mean what I say. You cussing me out. how that's gonna help you in the end. You may feel a little bit better, but it's not gonna change anything. So I just think that it's a wise situation to not talk so much, but just to chill out and to wait till things happen.
That's right. And I'm glad that I'm deciding to, take a higher road and not be someone, well, I would say not to be that person that wants to be the center of attention, because I don't want to be around here hitting links and trying to get this out and trying to get that out. No, I don't want to be that person, because it's so many people like that out here right now. As we can see, they're trying to get their channel up and they can't get it up, and they trying to ride the backs off of other folks to get the channel up. It's ridiculous. I can't believe it. It's
Well,
like that.
Pastor, I really don't know who you're talking about, but that sounds deep because I understand you don't want to give any play, but Lord, I don't know who you're talking about. Now, I was talking about Wiley. I don't know if you've seen his grandmama funeral. Now, I'm gonna say this: the choir was good, that organist was doing his thing, and it was a typical funeral. You all, with the exception of, I didn't know Granddaddy was gonna preach in that chair. Okay, I just did not know Granddaddy was gonna preach it off his chip, but that's okay. That's okay. He's a little old, and Granddaddy deserves to be, do what he need to do. But I just
I'm
thought
sorry to hear that about Wiley. I didn't know he lost his grandmother.
he
I
lost his
can't
grandmama.
I can't make fun of that. I'm sorry. I don't want to be
Well, I'm not.
comedic.
Well, first of all, we're not making fun of that because that ain't funny. I mean, we're not making fun of that. But what we are saying is that you would he would do anything for a click and a view. And I was saying before you clicked on that I can understand that if this was on the church's website or a close relative's website, because a lot of people may not have been able to make it to the service, and so this will allow them to still, pay their respects virtually. But to put it on YouTube, I'm like, know about that one.
That,
And again, people are questioning that because I'm like, even in your grandmama's death, why she got to be in this? Do the people know that they on YouTube? I mean, Castro, it was a lot of people that were on that YouTube channel, and and I just think that that's not the right thing to do. You
so
know,
was he actually, so was he actually recording?
he was recording himself. He kept on looking in the camera. And then I think he took the recording that may have been for the church's use and if he put it on YouTube. And I didn't even know that this was a service. I didn't know that his grandma passed away. But somebody sent an email and they sent it. And I'm like, wow. So I didn't even know. I only got like the small clips of his recording, but I did not know that there was a 2 hour, 17-minute recording. So I just finished watching a little bit of that. And all I'm going to say is, some things should be left to the family and friends, and it shouldn't be used um, it should be used for entertainment, or it shouldn't be used to for clicks and views. And I don't know if that's the case, but I'm like, why would you even, expose your family to strangers and people, especially when you know what it gives? But hey,
Right.
everybody's different. So
And
that's what we
see,
were talking about. So I started off by saying that we're not making fun of his grandmother. We're not talking about the deceased. We don't know. She don't deserve this. Even in death, she being used. I'm like, well, Dad, can you just not use your grandmama? You know, and then he had on
right.
this button of his grandmama like she was running for office or something. I'm like, is she running for office? Baby, it's almost like a vote for me button. And I'm like, oh Jesus, like they getting ready to go vote after the funeral. But it's a mess. It's a mess.
Wow. And that's so sad to me, because I feel like, Wiley should know better than that. And it seems like he's capitalizing off of anything that he can get his hands on when it comes to, life. Anything that's tragic or not tragic. He want to get that attention, for the public. He wants the attention. I don't know why he want to be on, so big. I don't understand it. Like, nigga, you are a blogger on YouTube. You haven't went
And
anywhere.
speaking of big, Castro, you need to see the video. Baby, I know I had gotten big, but damn, you need to go
Yeah,
see that video.
Wiley is big. I
And I
know nothing.
mean, and he walking like, he walking like he need a walker. You know how them people had on walkers and stuff? Baby,
Mm-hmm.
oh my God. I'm like, mm-mm, mm-mm,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
mm-mm.
he need to get up and move and
And,
start
and,
walking.
and he was clapping on the songs, right? And he was shimmying and stuff. And baby, you see them titties was jiggling too. I'm like, oh Jesus,
You got
Jesus.
tennis now?
Let me tell you something. Nobody better ever talk about my chest because baby, when they see that, I'm talking about Castro. You need to go over there and see it. He got 3 videos. He got 2 lives, and then he got one that he uploaded.
Mm. Off, look for content and trying to make some money off his grandmother's passing, which
Oh,
is
that's
sad.
that's the sad part about it. That's what I'm really. Why again, I can understand for Facebook on the church's site. I can understand on a relative site because people who may want it to come who couldn't want to still view that. So I get that, but not for YouTube, not for the YouTube streets consumption.
Right, right. Because everything is not for public consumption.
No, it's
Certain
not.
things should be private. Certain things should be private. Like a wedding or a funeral or any engagement that you may not want the world to see. Keep it to yourself. It's not it's not for everybody to see. And I hope some of these people on YouTube would learn that you don't always have to go live. When it comes to real life things, because I've been seeing a few content creators going live on other people. Well, really, I hate to say it like this, but on their daughter's channel, which is so sad. It's like, oh my goodness, like you ain't learned yet, and you still look like that, girl. You need some go get some help. Go talk to somebody. Okay,
Castro, who
go
you
talk.
talking about?
I'm not gonna name any names. I talk very, very
Well,
subliminal. So
where
this
are
way.
they located? Are they in a location?
Mm, I rather not say. I don't want to say. I don't want to put it out there. I mean, I can, but I don't want to. Yeah, I don't want to.
Somebody said this is how we felt about you and Tommy, child. I'm gonna keep my mouth shut.
Well, that situation was it happened, and we're past it, and therefore I can't speak about that person's name because I can't. I can't talk about that. So therefore, when anything that comes, when anything that comes up when it comes to that person's name, I cannot speak on it because I am dealing with a case. So therefore, that's a done data. So anytime someone wants to ask me about him, I cannot talk about it because that's jeopardizing me. I can get locked up.
Are you
You
gonna get locked up, or you not gonna get locked up? Are you gonna be okay?
I'm gonna be okay just as long as I stay. Look, just as long as I stay away. That's it.
Okay,
And keep his name out my mouth. That's it.
okay. All right, y'all heard it from Castro, and again, Castro. I mean, I ain't trying to cap you up or nothing, but I did say, and I don't know if you heard it, but I said, y'all, Castro's keeping quiet, and I said it seemed like Castro, is that, and I said that's a good thing because it could, I'm serious, Castro, and people already said you done got third papers and stuff, so I'm like, oh Jesus, so hopefully everything is okay. That's all I'm saying.
Can't
So.
talk about that, Jay Wilson. I
Well,
can't
no,
talk
I'm
about
not. No, you're not talking about it. I'm just saying, and I'm just saying that I'm happy that you just kept it mom's the word. So no, I'm not trying to get you to talk about it. I'm just saying what I'm glad that you've done, and and that's it. And I said that. I said I'm glad, and then I got witnesses. The people know that I said that because again, we see one content creator and they always fighting with people. They always drinking liquor and falling out of chairs and stuff. And ooh, that chair fall
Jay
just
Wilson.
did
We
me
cannot talk
in.
about that. That's not
No,
nothing to
I'm
do with
talking.
that.
I'm talking about that, not you. I'm talking about that. So at least you ain't doing all of that. You ain't talking about it. I'm talking about it, Castro.
Well, you know what? Jay Wilson. I'm gonna have to end this conversation because I can't. I can't. I don't want to engage in that. That's not
Well, okay, I
something.
understand, but I'm just glad you're doing what you
I
need
don't,
to do
I
for
don't
you.
feel comfortable talking about that because I feel like that will cause more fuel to the fire, and I wish you would have more respect for me when it comes to that. That's it. That's all I'm asking.
Castro, you didn't say anything. I'm just saying that I'm happy
Well,
that you did.
I'm telling you. I'm telling you. I
No,
don't
no,
want to.
sir. Now,
I don't
wait a
want to
minute.
do
Wait a minute. Hold on. Hold on. Hold on. I'm gonna be real calm with you tonight. I'm gonna be real calm with you tonight because we're gonna be adults. Now,
it.
Castro,
Y'all
you
gonna
don't,
be
you don't,
adults.
you don't tell me what to do on my platform, and I respect you. So, if you feel like you need to leave, you can do that, but you cannot tell me what I can and cannot do on my platform, no
But
more than I could tell you who you should love. And, again, because I understand what you're saying, but at the beginning, even at the beginning of this situation, I
well,
spoke and my
how did you feel
and
about BS
and
and
my
women? How did you
request.
feel
Hold on,
about
I'm not
BS and
done
women?
talking. That's rude. I'm not done talking. I'm not
Well,
done
hurry up.
talking. I'm not done talking because we're gonna be respectful, and I'm gonna let you speak, but I'm not finished. So when we were telling you and saying, hey, you may need to do XYZ, you totally ignored that. So I respect what you're saying, but again, this is my platform. And again, I didn't tell you to click the link. And like you clicked on, you can click off, but you don't tell me what I can and cannot talk about. And
I understand that.
especially when I'm telling you, I'm glad you did not do that.
I
So
understand that.
yeah.
I understand that. I
Okay.
understand. At the same time, Jay Wilson, sometimes I wish you would know your limits, and sometimes you go against the grain, and you feel like, I feel like you want to talk about things that shouldn't be talked about, and I feel
Well,
like that's
Castro,
just.
but that's when you can leave. But my thing is, you're on people's platforms, and you hadn't said a darn thing. I didn't even tell you to say anything about it. All I'm saying is, I'm just glad that you are maintaining your anonymity, and the other person is not doing that, who has not been named. But you getting a little agitated. But like I said, again, I haven't gone against the limit, because if I called the person's name out, or if I said XYZ, that would be one more thing. As far as I'm concerned, I could be talking about somebody across the country. So that's
But
all
Jay
I'm saying
Wilson,
to
who
you.
knows what you're talking about, and I feel like that's disrespectful towards
Well, I
me.
don't. I don't think it's disrespectful. I think that you on somebody's
It is.
platform, and I think when you try to tell me what I can talk about on my platform, you're trying to censor me, and I consider that disrespectful. I consider that
Well,
disrespectful.
I'm
And
sorry you
again,
feel
I
that way,
again,
but
again, I,
at the
and I didn't
same
tell you to
time,
say one thing.
you
But
are
I
a
didn't say
man
I
just
didn't
like
tell
I'm a
you
man.
I didn't tell you to say one thing. Again, I didn't require you to say anything. So when you said, "Well, I can't talk about this," I'm like, "Okay, good," but that don't mean I can't, because I didn't get papers, because at the end of the day, I wasn't involved in the situation. But no one says
But
that
you're
you're gonna
trying to
be.
use somebody, but you're trying to use somebody else's name as a money grab, and it's like, oh my goodness, like wow,
Well, wait.
we,
If I wanted, if
we're
I
not
wanted
money
to use the
grab.
person as a money grab,
We're
I would
on
have said their
live. We
name.
was on
Hold
live.
on, hold on. So, because
How
your
did we
logic
get to
is
that?
not making sense.
How did we
Because
get
if
to
I
that?
wanted, hold on for a minute. If I wanted to use the person as the money grab, it's my platform, and I would have just said the name if it was a money grab.
But we
So
know who you're
you
talking about.
no,
We're
no, we
not
don't.
stupid,
Well,
Jay
who we
Wilson.
talking about then?
You name it. You name the person, Jay
Okay.
Wilson.
Well. My thing is this: you ain't naming people, so I ain't naming people either. But the thing is, all I said was that I'm glad you're not doing what that individual is doing. And you didn't have to say anything at all. I'm just giving an observation that one person is doing what they need to do and the other person isn't. You ain't said not a word. That's what I said, and I didn't have a name. And I don't think I'm disrespecting anyone
Well, Jay
on my
Wilson, I
plat
feel like
on
sometimes
my
I feel like
platform.
can I tell you this tell you this in a respectful way. I feel like sometimes, Jay Wilson, sometimes you do, you kind of go against the grain sometimes, and I feel like, how many times do people have to tell you that some of your behavior is wrong, and it's
Well,
like,
how
why
many
are you?
times that people? Well, hold on for a minute, Castro. How many times people have to tell you you don't really have to click the link? Because if I'm not mistaken, we were talking about something else. You clicked the link, and then you told me X, Y, Z. So again, Castro, you can really feel a lot of things, but at the end of the day, you clicked the link, and again, I didn't say anybody's name, and nor did I ask you to verbalize anything.
Well, Jay
If
Wilson,
I'm
I'm OG.
verbalizing it,
I'm big
that's it.
sector. Jay Wilson, I'm OG B sector. I mean, of course, I'm going to be
Okay,
like
you
that.
can you can you can be whatever you want to. I don't care, but I'm just telling you that exactly. Nobody tell you to click the link, and if you were B sector, OG sector, then you know what you're gonna get, and you came over here, and you really didn't get that. So I don't know why you are. freaking out. And y'all, it's Castro. I guess he needed some time and he just wanted to click the link today so he can go back on his platform later on and say all of the things that he usually say. Because OG B sector people know how folk act and what they do.
Hmm. But how do you feel about VS and Lemon? How you feel about that?
I didn't watch it and I just saw what happened and I don't think about that. Again, that I don't. I really don't.
Well, it was very interesting. I think it was very entertaining. I mean, I
Okay,
think we
well,
should talk about that.
some people found it entertaining. I didn't find it that, but hey, everybody is different.
Yeah, you're right. You're right.
Hmm.
You're right about that. You're right about
Yeah,
that.
baby
So
said I was getting the money. Somebody
how
said I
was
was
your
trying to
birthday
do a
day?
money. Somebody said I was trying to get a money grab by using somebody's name who I never spoke. I never spoke the man's name. Go ahead, Castro.
I mean, I was just being, honest. I don't want to, play in your face. I'm trying to be real with you
Well,
because
I'm
you are.
being honest because I am who I am, and I'm going to tell you that you can't censor me. And if you feel like I'm going against the grain, you can always drop. And I mean, yeah. So that's
I
good. So that's
understand.
how
I
I feel.
understand.
But I'm gonna tell you what, I didn't disrespect you. I just said what I said. And again, Castro, you can't talk about people disrespecting folk when we seen people disrespected you. And I mean in a way that you can even be disrespected. And I was appalled and shocked and pissed off at that. So again, I think I should be the last person you talk to talking about
Well,
disrespect. I felt
well,
disrespected when I tried to tell you
okay,
the right
listen,
thing, but you ignored me, and I think you put me in timeout that day. And then
I don't
sad
put
part
you
about
in
it is
time.
you got blamed
My
for it. And I'm like,
moderators
that's
put
sad.
you in time.
What was that,
Why
Castro?
I said my moderators put you in timeout because they thought what you were saying and doing in my chat was disrespectful,
Oh, it
and
wasn't disrespectful, baby. It wasn't disrespectful. Had you
you can be
listened to
very,
me,
very nice
had you
man.
listened to me, you would have been in a better position. And I think that's the sad part about it. I know you may not like me or like my disposition, but I tell you, I will ride and live with you. But like hell, I'm gonna ride and die with you. And y'all was just riding and dying at that time. So again, that's how I felt. However, it was not disrespect. It was really trying to help you and it was trying to help that other person as well. But y'all don't listen. When you in La La Land, you do what the hell you want, and everybody is against you and hating you, and then you find out that really it was not that. People really saw way ahead of what was going on. So no, I don't think it was disrespect. I think it was like OG to OG, hey man, you need to watch it. But that's that hey, this is the beef sector. You can't tell people anything, and then when it happens, then everybody's at fault. But it is what it is. I guess Castro went back to making baskets. I don't know if he's still here.
I'm here, but at the same time, I feel like all that banter is not needed. Look, that person is doing fine. I don't know, what they are doing, but I feel like they are doing fine, and we shouldn't bring them up. They are them. That's not me. I mean, what do you think what do you think they are doing?
No, because I haven't gone over to watch.
Well, let them be them. They are fine, if you ask me, because they ain't bothering me. They ain't threatening toward. They ain't saying no threats towards me. So why should I bring them up when it comes to a conversation, what we talking about right now? Why? And say you chose to do that.
No, I chose to say I think you took the wiser alternative than the other person. You can't talk about it, but they're like, hell, it's not like I can't. So what you can't talk about, you just keep your mouth shut.
Well, okay.
It's
Well,
just, it's just that simple.
I
If
think
you
this is
can't
quick
talk about it,
conversation.
if you can't
I
talk
think
about it, Castro,
this
you keep your
conversation.
mouth shut. And if I want to say what I want to say, then I say what I'm saying. You know what I'm saying?
Can we switch conversations? Can we switch conversations? That's it.
So, Cat, you say that he may be, but y'all, I'm not really upset about this. I mean, I'm within my rights to say what I want to. I haven't told him to say anything to me, but I did say I think he took the better alternative than his counterpart, and you can't be mad at that. And if you can't say anything, just be quiet until I finish. But to tell me that I can't say this,
This
child,
is about me. This is not about anybody else. Anybody
okay.
else that I have had dealings with,
Okay.
that's not
Castro, calm
a
that shit
friend,
down. Stop,
what
stop
we are
acting.
talking about right
Stop,
now.
stop, Castro,
Why
stop
would you try
acting.
to edge on and make somebody else mad? See,
Castro,
you are
stop
adding
acting.
more fuel to the
Please,
fire.
please,
You don't
please.
even realize that, Joseph. You don't realize that.
Castro.
I'm
The
telling
acting
you.
is
I'm
giving very
telling you.
Tubi. It's giving very Tubi. Okay.
It's not.
All of
It's
this
not stupid.
bravado, all this
It's
bravado you trying to give me, you should have gave that man. Because of
it's
course he can't
disrespect.
beat nobody else but you. Because we
It's
saw that other
disrespect
man in
at
that
its
hallway
finest,
whip
and
his
I don't
ass.
like it. I
So
don't like it.
again,
I don't
all I'm
like it.
saying
I
is
don't like it at
you
all.
should have
I
brought
don't
that
like it.
bravo and
If
that
that,
bravado to
if I
him,
come up here
not
and
me,
mention anybody's
Castro.
name,
Again,
I
because
ain't
you
gonna
ain't going
mention
nowhere.
anybody's
Again,
name.
you
I don't
talking
know what
mess,
that young man is
Castro.
doing. I don't
You
know what I
talking
don't know
mess,
what that young man is doing.
Castro.
So since you want to bring that up, why would
Castro,
you bring that up
Castro,
for? For
you
what?
talking mess, Castro, and I'm telling you the same thing. And again, you ain't gonna do shit about it, but run your mouth. Because again, if you had all that bravado for me, you should have showed it on him. And it seems like projection to me. The person who you should have been giving it to, you didn't give it to, and we know that he
I
ain't
did.
shit because
I
again,
did. I
the
gave
man whooped
all
his
the what I
ass.
could give.
Okay,
I
well,
gave
good.
all the what
Well,
I could
I don't
give.
think you can
But
talk
you
about
know
that
what?
though,
But
Castro.
Joe
I don't
Wilson,
think
you're
you
not
should
gonna
talk
allow
about
me.
that,
Joe
Castro.
Wilson,
Again,
you will not give.
no.
You
We're
will
not going to
not
talk
give
about
a
that
lot of
though,
people your
because
energy.
you
You
got
will
things
not
going
give a lot of
on.
people your
Wait a minute, you
energy.
got things going on,
You
Castro,
do.
and you shouldn't
You
be
do.
talking
You
about that.
do.
See,
You do. I
again,
give you
I will
energy.
talk about it,
But
but you shouldn't
coming
be
at
talking
you, a
about it.
lot of men, a lot of men. See, when it comes to women, you give a lot of people your
You
energy.
shouldn't talk. You
But when it
shouldn't
comes
talk
to
about that,
men, you
Castro.
don't give them your energy. You don't.
Castro,
I
let me
wonder
tell
why.
you something. Let me say this to you, Castro. If you that bad, get your ass on the train and you come with my ass right now, as a man to a man.
I
So
don't
I'm
have to get
talking
on
to
that
you. I'm
train.
talking to you. Get your
I'm
ass
not
on
gonna
the
go jail
train.
for you.
Okay then.
I'm not gonna go to
Well,
jail for
shut the
you.
hell up. Shut the hell up then, because
Here's the thing. You give women so much
I'm giving
energy,
you
but
what
when
you
it comes
want.
to men,
I just
when
gave
it
you an
comes to
invitation.
men, and
I just
younger
gave you an
men,
invitation.
you want to
No,
continue to
sir.
talk
No,
about them.
sir.
You
Look,
want to
I
continue
gave
to
you an
run their name
invitation.
down through the mud.
Castro,
And so it's
Castro,
sad.
stop running your
It's
mouth.
sad.
Castro,
I'm
stop
gonna
running your
keep running
mouth.
my mouth.
If
You
you
don't
got
run me.
something to
I'm gonna
say,
keep running.
come
I'm gonna
on and
keep
be a
running my
man and
mouth.
say it. No,
I'm gonna
I'm
keep
talking
running
to
my mouth.
you as the man, Castro. So
I am talking to you as a
since you that,
man,
well,
but you coming at
come and
me
do
kind of
something about
catty
it.
right now,
Wait a
and I
minute.
don't
Come and talk
understand
about
that.
it. Oh, we
You
talking
adding people
man
in
to
my, you
man.
adding people
Come
in
on,
the topic that have
don't
nothing to do with
pussy
what
up
we're talking about.
now.
We're
Don't
talking
nut
about
up now.
Wiley.
Hold
We're
on,
talking
nut
about
up now.
Wiley. The whole
Hold on, nut
story,
up now.
all of this
If you got
story.
something
You
to
want to be the
say,
big
you
person, that person.
come on to the Lone Star
You want
State.
to cause problems.
No,
You want to
sir.
cause
Come to the
problems,
Lone
and I don't
Star State.
understand that.
Come
And
to
that
the
is so
Lone Star
sad for me
State and
as an
do
old
something
man
about it.
as you
Wait a
are.
minute.
You
Come
know,
to the Lone Star State and do something about it. I don't got time for all that yapping. I don't got time
Joe
for all
Wilson,
that yapping while we
you are
saw
not
that
finna
man
fight.
beat your
You know
ass in
that
that
you are not finna
apartment.
fight.
I don't have no time for yapping when we saw that man crack your
You
head
are
with
not finna,
that
you are not finna
lock.
fight, Jay. We know you are
Whole
not
we
finna
no,
fight. So
so
why are
again,
you going?
what I'm telling you is shut the hell up then, because you're not gonna do it, and that's the whole thing. So I
Well,
don't care if you
who
male
is?
woman, I
Well, who
don't care if
is?
you a
Well, who
baboon
is? Who
hoe,
is? Who
I don't
is?
care if you a
Who is?
baboon hoe.
Who is?
You
Is
ain't gonna
Durham
do
Boy gonna
shit
do it for
here,
you?
ho. You
Is
can't
Durham
even
Boy
touch
gonna
a
do it for you?
picture of
Is
me,
Durham Boy
ho.
gonna do it for
Ho,
you?
you
Is
can't even
Durham Boy,
touch a
is
picture
Durham
of
Boy gonna do it
me.
for you?
Yet, not yet even
Well,
touch
step
me,
down to
ho.
your,
So
it's in
again,
your
we
city.
saw that man
Step
whoop your
down to your
ass.
city.
We
Step
saw that
down to
man whoop
your
your ass.
city.
You ain't doing
Step
shit.
down
And let
to
me tell
your
you
city.
something.
And we can have been talking about you
If
very, very
anybody want, let me
badly.
tell you
And
something,
you have not
brother.
did a
Let me tell you something,
goddamn thing
brother.
about
Let
it.
me
So
say
I don't
something to
want to
you.
hear
Let me
when it
say you
comes to
something
what
to
I
you,
have to
Castro,
say
because you sounding
or what
ignorant,
I
ho.
have
So
been
let me say
on YouTube. So dismiss me with that. Dismiss me with that. I don't want to hear that.
let me tell your stuttering ass something because you think you smart. If a hoe wanted me and I do live in San Antonio, a hoe could find me. And just like you sitting here talking
Well,
your mess,
he called you out.
that's all he's going to do. So again, hoe, one thing I will say about Stump Down is he didn't get his
Why?
ass
Why you
whipped.
keep moving?
One thing
Why
I
are
will
you
say about
moving
Stump
forward?
Down is he didn't get his ass whipped. You got your ass whipped. Now,
Okay, you know what?
Stump Down knows where I live. And see, that's the problem. You worried about what people say about you. I don't worry about what people say about me. Long as you don't touch me, you are a fine person. But we done seen somebody talk to you like a dog and beat your ass like a
Yes, you
dog.
be in
So
Vegas
you
wanting to
are the
meet you. You don't want to
last
meet him because you
person, sir.
scared.
Listen
You were
here.
scared
You
to
are
meet
the
CK in
last
Vegas.
person.
How come
You
you didn't
are the
want?
last person to talk about anyone getting their ass
How
whipped.
come you didn't want to
So
meet meet you in
if
Vegas?
I were you, I would just cool it down and shut your lips up because again, you're not the one, Castro, and we know what you're trying to do, and you're not going to do it. You're not going to do it.
Well, you know
Nobody
what?
ain't
This come
upset
from this
because you
come from
got your
this come
issue,
from
and
over with.
now you want to bring Stump down, and it's nothing but projection because you done got your ass beat
It's
and got
not
embarrassed. But I tell you what,
it's not
you be ready for
projection.
Monday. You be ready for Monday. That's all you need to focus on is Monday right now. Because again, you too focused on me, but you need to be
Well,
focused
just
on
know, Jay.
Monday.
Listen, I'm not doing
Just
Monday.
know
I'm not
that you
doing
need to be.
Monday.
Just
I'm
know
not
you need to
doing
be focused
Monday.
on
I'm
Monday.
not doing Monday. Just know that
Well,
I
okay
ain't
then. Well,
going
do what you
Monday.
gotta do
I'll
then.
be
So
getting
then
locked
that's
up.
it.
So you
But
won't be
Castro,
seeing no
look,
more
look,
ugly.
all of this, Castro, go sell your baskets. That's gonna help you. You arguing with me is not gonna help your situation. You arguing with me ain't gonna help you sell more baskets. Go sell your baskets. You know what I'm saying? We know you live for strife. We know you've seen strife in your home. You don't have to come bring it over here. We were perfectly
Right from
fine
my home.
until
Jay
you
Wilson, are
watch
you
your
serious?
ass over here.
Jay
But
Wilson,
I
what
said
are
what I
you,
said, Castro, and I said you
nigga?
didn't have to say shit.
Nigga, are you serious? Are you serious,
Castro
nigga? Are you
again.
serious? What have you
Castro
really been through?
again,
Okay,
baby.
but you don't want the world to know what you done
Unless you
really been
come in here
through.
to
But
move
you don't want
something,
look. See,
please be
you're
quiet.
scared to show
Okay,
yourself
unless
about
you're
you.
gonna come
You're
here and move
scared.
something, Castro, please be quiet. Cause you sound like a babbling idiot right now. Please
You
don't.
scared to show your
Please
real.
don't. You sound
You
like a
are so
babbling idiot.
scared.
You sound like
You
a
are so
babbling idiot
scared.
right now, Castro. Please don't. Please don't. Get some emotional intelligence. Cause I see what you're trying to do. I see what you're
Okay, you
trying to
know what?
do.
I'm done
I
talking
see. Well,
because
you go
this
do
is
what you
just
got to do.
causing a
I
bunch
see
of
what you're
negative
trying to
energy,
do,
and I don't want to be
Castro,
around it
and,
because
and
I'm
it's
gonna get
not
motherfucking
working.
mad.
I
So you
don't
know
care
what?
what you
It's time for
do.
me to get off
Okay,
of here.
whatever. Do what you want to do, Castro.
But go ahead and
We
drop
see
me, nigga.
you.
Drop me,
We
nigga.
see
Drop me. I
you.
don't
No,
give a
you
fuck.
drop
Okay,
yourself, ho. You drop
drop me, bitch.
yourself.
Drop me,
You
bitch.
clicked up
Drop
here,
me,
didn't
hoe.
you?
Drop
If
me
you can click up here,
before I
then
fall
go
on
ahead
your
and click
ass,
on
hoe.
here. Then
Before I
okay, well
fall,
I just mute you until you get yourself together. But again, ho,
you
I'm
bro,
using
your
you. Like I'm saying, I'm using you.
ass, bitch.
I am using you because you wanted to come up here and be used. And this is exactly what I'm doing. So I'm gonna use you tonight. Click your own damn self off. You clicked up here, so figure how to click yourself out. But I see who you do, and I see what you're trying to do. I see what you're trying to do, baby, but it don't work over here. I said what I said. Now, all of that smoke you got for me, you should have gathered enough strength up to defend yourself and not get your ass beat. You know, we done seen you get beat with a broom. We done seen you get hit with a fist. We done seen you get hit with an iron object. I mean, we done seen your face get sewed up down there at the neighbor's house. We done seen all of this stuff. We done seen you drink pickle juice and eat dry waffles and stuff. And how you think you moving something, but you the one. And this is what the girls are saying. The girls are saying, how you gonna tell people to do X, Y, Z and about privacy? But we've been telling you that since you've been on here and you still haven't learned the lesson. And then the girls say, how can you tell us this? But yet your business is out here. See, he found a way to get out. So what he wanted me to do is argue with him. But like I said, I don't care who you bring up. Stomp down, run around. I don't care. People can talk much mess as they want to. Nobody ain't gonna touch me. I'm not worried about it one friggin' bit, and that's including you. I told him to catch the train down here. You talk to women that way, so are you a pussy? Because obviously you said you a man, so obviously I really didn't care, did I? Mm. Well, this is where it came from. Castro want to generate some revenue over there to that page over there, so he comes over here to start mess, but he don't want to talk about anything that's dealing with that case. But he talking about somebody disrespecting him. Well, you on my platform and you can't tell me what I can say or cannot say on my platform. And if you really don't like what I'm saying, you say, well, hey, I got to dismiss myself because I don't like what you're saying. I didn't tell him he had to say something. but he got himself the hell out of here, which he should have done in the first place. And that's the thing. The only thing I said is I'm glad you're using better discretion and better judgment than your counterpart. Mm. Kit Kat, you said what's going on, Kit Kat? I was reading some of what you were saying, but I don't care about that boy. I don't care about that boy. I don't care about Tommy. Tommy, you've been looking stupid. You've been looking stupid drinking and falling out of seats. You've been looking stupid because you really are in love with this man and you keep on being after him. You want us to believe that it's all him, but it's you. You stupid because you still on this platform and you got a court case. You stupid, Tommy. You stupid. You still living in subsidized housing and driving a car that needs repair. You stupid hoe. And like I said to you, if you got something to say, walk to your ass down in Texas and you tell me about it. But ho, you ain't gonna do nothing either because that boy beat your ass. And you coming up there crying on camera. You look stupid. Talking about somebody looking stupid, but yet you gonna tell a man who you don't know is straight or gay. Really, it didn't really matter because you don't do that, your thirsty ass, and then got your ass whipped in the apartment, in the hall of the apartment. And you want to call somebody stupid? Okay. Okay. Yeah, I heard about the security guard with Jasmine. I just have to get these hoes straight. Here this boy is getting his ass whipped in a whole hallway because he trying to come on to some man and got his ass whipped. Now, I tell you what, you better pray that that judge have some leniency on you and you get some probation so you won't be nobody hoe up in the prison. Because baby, you gonna be plaiting hair if you ain't right. And I'm tell you what, and you got a public defender, all that public defender gonna do is get you a plea deal or try to do something to minimize the thing because you can't pay him. If you had a real lawyer, you may have been out already. But since you got that public defender, you just have to wait to see what you get. So again, I'm not the one going to court because I done hit somebody over the head because I'm obsessed. He got the nerve to call somebody stupid. Lord help him. Mm-mm-mm. My. And look, they over here watching. I hope they're not sneaking around. It wouldn't end well for them. But again, you can't tell these fools nothing. I said, Castro, if this man is beating your ass like that, then maybe you need to leave him alone. I said, Castro, he's come over your house. He's threatened you. Call the cops. What did Castro do? No, Jack, I don't want to call the cops. I told Tommy. Now, Tommy wised up when it was convenient and it suited him. Because, see, when people in trouble, they don't care. But when I was telling Tommy, I said, hey, you need to call the cops. Because I saw that man with the pow pow and he threatened you. Old Tommy didn't want to do nothing until last month because now he want to get back at Castro because he got charges put against him. So that's what he gonna do now. You ain't look, just sad, just sad, just sad. So anyway, so go on, get your little beer, put on that stupid music, and start talking. But just know this: Yolanda Cray is probably sending all of that stuff to the court because you know they don't have a problem doing that. Mm-mm-mm. Ain't that sad, y'all? And all of a sudden, Tommy pops up. Is that ironic? Is that a coincidence, you all? All of a sudden, Tommy pops up. Kit Kats. Did you catch that? All of a sudden, Tommy, out of the blue, pops up. Mm. Hey, Patricia. he pops up to defend his man, who he gonna go to jail for. Ain't that something, Miss Patricia? Hmm. He just pops up. Liberian girl, they may be, I don't know. I really don't care. I mean, it's almost like dealing with somebody who keeps going back to the abusive spouse, and you can help them, but they got to learn their own lessons. And so that's what they have to do. But I'm going to tell you what, people think that somebody is pressed because they seeing each other. Girl, nobody want no busted bricks. Girl, nobody, baby, nobody don't want nobody who can't support themselves. If they can't support themselves, like how the hell they going to support you? I mean, you know what I'm saying? I, I want somebody who can give me a nice ring. Okay, not a ring on the phone. No, baby, I'm good. So they can be messing. I don't care. I hate to say that, but even whatever happens to Tommy, it's all Tommy's issue. Nobody told him to do anything. And then this fool gonna get up there and admit and start apologizing to Castro. I'm like, you stupid. And then he got the nerve to call somebody stupid, but yet he's incriminated himself over and over again. So, yeah. Okay, Cass, I know I didn't do anything wrong. I was just saying to him that, so when he said that he can't talk about it, okay, I'm like, I'm going on. But I can say what I want to say. And I gave him some props and say, hey, I think that you're doing really well by not talking about the man. I mean, you know, he wanted me to name names. I'm like, why should I name names and you ain't naming names? Did he come up here being messy, not naming it? I asked him, who you talking about? I'd rather not say. Well, then you shouldn't have said shit at all. You should have just joined in the conversation about the fume. Again, y'all, he wanted to bring light to it. It's what they do. It's a tactic. So anyway, y'all, what else is going on before I end this live, baby? Because I got to get up in the morning. I am going to be on in the morning. I don't know what the hell I'm going to talk about. You know, like I said, it is what it is. Yeah, Patricia, a lot of things can be used against them. And like I told Castro, you being mad at me trying to cuss me out, how that's gonna help you sell them Easter baskets, them what's the holiday coming up? Yeah, them Easter baskets with them tater chips in there. How that's gonna help you sell that? See, again, I'm just telling you, you being upset with me, arguing with me, all that stuff, it ain't doing nothing for you. And like I told Castro, if you want to discuss it, come on, catch the train on down to Texas. We can discuss it. But all of that vitriol you giving to me, you ain't giving nobody else. And see, this is the difference between me and Stomp Down. Stomp Down can say what the hell he want on his platform because this is his platform. But Stomp Down ain't never struck me. Stomp Down has never fought with me or actually assaulted me. So what you're saying holds no weight. We saw your situation and it wasn't good. So I don't need to go do all of that and do all of this, like I said. And you talking a whole lot of mess, but you're going to sit right in Arkansas and continue to stay in Arkansas. And that's what I know. Child, you better sell them Easter baskets. Child, with them tater chips in there and them. Anyway, let me not go there, Jesus. I'm trying to stay positive, Lord. So we were talking about Wiley and that fume. So somebody sent me two videos of Wiley. And one was like 25 minutes and one was like 45 minutes. And so I just saw Wiley with this purple shirt on and this button on, and he was singing and jiggling and shimmying and shaking, and and looking at the camera and all of that. So I'm like, wow. And again, this is his grandmom's death. And so, but then somebody said, OJ, you only saw that. Go to his webpage, go to his YouTube page and look up his uploads. This boy done uploaded 2 hours and 17 minutes of his grandmama's funeral. From the procession all the way to the uncle preaching in the chair. It's just like, wow, do you need clicks and views this bad? And I think that's the biggest thing. And I didn't even know that it was all of that. And so we were saying, why put that on there for YouTube, knowing what YouTube is about? I can see if somebody pulled it, but no, he has it on the site. So I rarely talk about Wiley, but it was kind of in poor taste. And it's like he's using the death of his grandmother to get clicks and views and garner attention. And I just think it's sad for him. I think it's sad for her. Rest in peace. And then I think it's not good for the people who probably didn't know that they're on the YouTube channel. Because had they known, they probably would have been like, please don't put that on there. We can understand for Facebook, for the church, or close family members to put it on their feed so other family members could watch it. But it's for the family and friends, people who knew your grandmother, not these people on YouTube. And for the mere fact you put it on YouTube, I'm like, man, come on. Yeah, he's very bizarre, Miss Patricia. And he gonna use Rico the same way. I hate to say it, but I think it's gonna happen to Rico once again. Um, Wiley probably used his family. Again, he had to get to the airport. He don't have no car. So family members probably paid for him to get to Chicago, you know, and he's gonna go to DC, but I guarantee you, he's staying with Rico more than likely, according to Rico. But again, he's using the boy, and you can just see it. Because if he don't even care about his own grandmama to use her for a click in the view, like hell, what he gonna do to you? Y'all better catch these little things. God bless the dead, though. Mm-mm-mm. So y'all, look, I'm getting ready to call it a night. Thank y'all for coming over. Thank the ushers for ushering tonight. Castro, thank you for trying to make a scene. I mean, we saw that actor. That's why I kept on saying, boy, you just really acting tonight. And that's what Castro will do. He'll come in and try to assert his authority and stuff. And I'm like, well, boy, you can't assert no authority over here. You don't, yeah. You selling baskets just to stay in a person's room where you don't even have your own bathroom. Try move. Well, I guess it was his grandmama, but yeah, yeah. So anyway, well, y'all have a good night. Peace and love, and I'll talk to y'all in the morning.